Good day, my people. Good morning to all of you. As I promised, that I will be reading your comments and also replying to most of the questions and the comments that were made by our people. On today's program, I will answer some questions that was dropped on my videos and also respond to most of the comments that was also commented on most of my videos. So stay tuned, and you may also drop your own questions. You may also comment, because I do read all the comments, and today I will choose most of them. And sorry that I may not this Nigeria Pidgin self. Nigerian Pidgin, greetings. Good morning, my brother. I don't know whether you're a brother or sister, but greetings from my side. I'm greeting all of you. Ibrahim, good morning. Moses, good morning. Good morning, my people. I love you guys. This is our platform. It's where we should come together to rack brain for our own success. And there is one brother that also came here that I gave some assignment to create a group. I didn't hear from him again. But listen, for us to make it, for us to reach that our promised land, all of us must be part of the making. No one person. You don't sit down and always wait for somebody else to help you to do something. You must do some certain things by yourself. So greetings to all of you, and welcome once again. I will be picking questions. Most of you may notice that you are the one that commented or dropped that question, because I'm not going to mention names of the people. But if you hear the readout, greetings from, is that India? Is that India language? Good evening. Okay, good evening from your side, and good morning from my side. Okay, greetings, my brother, Kojo, or my sister, Evis. Okay, brother Evis. If you hear most of these comments or questions, you may know that you are the one that dropped that message, and you have to know that I'm responding to you directly. I won't be mentioning names. And after that, I will also give you people the latest update on Ukraine-Russian affairs, and also the Europeans' issues, and Americans' own, and also Africa. So we will touch all angles. And I would like for you to drop your questions so that I will also answer. So questions, how can we all join to delete this demon? I will come to that. So good morning. Good morning to all of you. So let me not waste most of your time. Let's jump in. Number one question is this: Russia also has a history of war behind them. Russia also have history of war. Can somebody tell me how many countries have Russia invaded, like the Western colonial masters do? What I'm aware of is Russia that fought war in Chechnya, their own territory. They fight war to chase out the Islamic terrorists that were sponsored and transferred to that territory to cause mayhem and havoc in Russia. So the second one that I am aware of, Russia, I'm not talking of Soviet Union, I'm talking of Russia, is Georgia. Georgian war was provoked and fueled by the Western countries the same way they are doing it in Ukraine today. Most of you are not aware of it, and by that time, I don't think that the internet is so wide as it is today, because the time I joined Facebook, when Facebook is still in development, I don't find Nigerians on Facebook. I don't find my people on Facebook. That account was Yahoo account, was killed by Facebook under, I think, Goodluck Jonathan by then. Nigerians were not using social media by then. But today, a lot of Nigerians are on social media, and they are something great. I love that. So the war that Russia fought, the first one I know is in their country, putting peace, fighting terror. Second one is Georgia. If I'm making mistakes, nobody's perfect, please correct me. Hello, my brother or sister or whoever from Australia, greetings. So the same thing that happened in Ukraine is what happened in Georgia. Georgia is not part of NATO nor part of European Union. And the European Union start poking their way to Georgia and also moving with their NATO, promising Georgia heaven and earth under Bush government, that they will protect them, they will do this, they will do that. And whenever America starts coming in with that, their NATO affairs, they always establish military biologically laboratory in those territories. Upon that, America signed treaties, to not to export such things to any third world countries or any other country, a part of their country. But America keeps on. You can't have agreement with the United States. Let's make it clear. Anything you are signing with West and America is just kakambut. Whenever their interests come to it, okay, welcome from Dubai. Whenever their interests come to whatever they sign with you, they will tell you proper and plain they are withdrawing, or they will throw that agreement under the carpet and do their thing. You can't, Russia alone can't stand up and sanction America. China can't stand alone and sanction America. The people that are supposed to sanction America are already under America's umbrella. So they can do whatever they like with impunity, and they will tell you that the international community understand that they are rule-based order. So for that, I'm not seeing Russia going to Africa to fight any country, to colonize country, to possess any country, giving them that accusation that they have a history of war of rescuing themselves, or war to occupy other countries. So the next war now is, I don't call the Ukraine affairs war, because we all know how war happens. So Australia is rich and resources. We both on the boat of the. Okay, I understand. So greetings also, God's power. So let me go to number 2. Number 2 is clarifications are highly needed too from China about the Wuhan virus. Wuhan virus, all of us understand that this coronavirus of today, Max, greetings Anthony, really punished the world and changed the status quo. A lot of things changed. One thing you have to understand is how the West operate, how they operate. Phil Dank, okay, Phil Dank, Kana John, I don't know, but let me not deviate. The Western government have their way of doing their things. You get me? Wuhan virus. If you people can recall, let me give you examples. I don't like to go straight. I like to treat issues with something that has happened before, so that you will be able to use your hand to figure out what is going on. Let me use West Africa. People knows about Ebola. Ebola virus had been tormenting Congo and that part of the world for many years. And it's not their virus. It was exported virus. Ebola killed the first human being on planet in Weimar, Germany. Go and Google it. The first person that Ebola killed is in Weimar, Germany. But they brought it to Africa and made it to be African sickness. So why am I touching the Ebola? During the time of Goodluck Jonathan on West African region, the former president of Nigeria was pushing hard with Okonjo-Iweala reforming Nigerian banks and Nigerian financial institutions, Nigerian economy start popping up, going up too much. All of a sudden, Ebola appeared in West Africa. And that Ebola that appeared in West Africa, a lot of news move around it. Ask yourself, why should Nigerian economy be growing and Ebola appeared in Africa? They do bring those things to hamper your development, chase away the investors, put fear in people's around, and implant disorder. But glory be to God that Nigeria was by that time in good time with China. Nigeria was in good time with Russia and Cuba. All these people ran into Nigeria's aid and give Nigeria the access to cure Ebola. Do you know that Ebola in West Africa, Nigeria single-handedly destroyed that sickness, and our economy keep on growing? So now use your tongue and count your teeth. Wuhan virus, Donald Trump tried to place it to be Chinese virus. That is how they operate. That is how they work. Don't forget that a lot of companies operating in China are foreign companies. They are only employing Chinese workers as cheap labor to produce their thing, even though the laboratory of a thing. This virus started in California. Go and Google it. That is where the research started. And they pass a law in US. You know, they know how to manipulate their way. When they start cooking and they start getting ready, they will export it. You get me? Moses greeted. So along the line, as they pass that law in United States against the research and development in that part of the world, they exported it to China. And they start financing it. Go and Google it. It's open on air. The United States owned that virus. They exported it. They financed it. Even though if you read deeper, you will find out that the Chinese were doing it in the sense that it will not attack human being. The last money that was moved was to put more ingredients so that the virus will be able to attack human being, because that virus is virus that is, God created that virus to attack animals, not human being. Hello from South Africa and hello from India. Welcome to today's program. So them themselves, the armies, use one thing or the other to make that virus to leave animals that God created it for and start attacking me and you. You get me? And they try to portray it as Chinese virus. Now ask yourself, why should this dangerous disease appear from China? If you look, some people were afraid of the type of successful Chinese are becoming. Economy is growing. Military is waxing. Air Force is expanding. And they want to seize some territories. And they like to control whatever. And they don't want anybody to dethrone their position they have been holding for 200 years. Virus and diseases are start appearing from place to place. I don't want to go deep because if I start mentioning things, they may censor this video. Okay, so we need to retain the origin of the man-made world. Let's put it that way. So those that are writing such a comment, before you write something, you have smartphone. This smartphone we are holding, is mini computer. That's why somebody can easily hack it, because the only thing you can hack is computer. You can hack 3310. You know 3310, Nokia 3310. Google what is Nokia 3310, because it's not a smartphone. Smartphone is mini computer. It's like Oracle. Whatever you want to know, whatever you want to find, ask your Google. Before, the name was Oracle. And today, we have Google. Maybe by tomorrow, Chinese may deliver something that is more larger than Google for us. So always use your smartphone to know more, ask more questions, and demand the right answer from your smartphone. So breathe only with noise, very important thing. From nose, out of nose, mouth is for breathing. I don't actually understand where you're going. So I live in Australia. Okay, so let me continue. Another one is number 3 is, what's your interest in the Russian invasion on Ukraine? Wow, my interest. Actually, I don't have any interest. Rather, I see foul play, because most of you people in Nigeria, in Africa, may not seeing the truth, what really happened between Russia and Ukraine. For many years, Russia had been warning the West not to encroach near their borders. And the United States has what they call, Monroe Doctrine. Monroe Doctrine. I believe I'm pronouncing it well. I have not read about it, but I know a little about the Monroe Doctrine. That means all North and South American hemisphere belongs to the United States. And no other country should interfere in those areas. America will tell you that Ukraine is an independent nation that is free to choose their path. We all accept that. We all believe in such thing. But the same America that is telling or lecturing the Russians and the world that Ukraine has the right to choose their path. Please use your smartphone again and check how many countries in North America and South America that has their own will to decide on whom to follow and whom to reject. Because what is good for the gander is good for who again? Whatever you are telling me that my neighbor should enjoy, I believe that thing should also be good for your neighbors to enjoy too. Not only my own neighbor and your own is exempted from whatever they mention as international law. You get me? So that's my interest on Ukraine. If America will not allow any country, not near them, but the entire continent of Americans, why should we be encroaching towards Russia? Russia did not give you blockade in Europe. They allow you to have your West Europe, and you leave North America that you block everybody from intruding and step into other people's continent and start cooking your jollof rice. That is turning the world into dust. Look at Middle East. Middle East is only a handful of countries that are still operating in those areas as a country. They have been destroyed totally. Or should I mention North Africa? Everything is their game. They are the one playing the guitar that everybody must dance. So that's my interest on Russian invasion or Russian movement within Ukraine. And also, if you look at what is going on in Ukraine, Russia has circled a lot of Ukrainian military, including civilians. And they are pushing for what they call a ceasefire, so that the civilians that are living in those areas should use the corridor that Russia set out for them to leave the territory. But the military of Ukraine, they are not military. The neo-Nazi that America trained, and they don't listen to their president. They don't take orders from Ukraine government. Their order comes from Washington. Yes, and Pentagon. Those people ask them not to allow nobody to leave the territory. Even Russia now extended the goodwill that some soldiers may drop their gun and follow the path and leave to any part of Western Ukraine that they like. They said no. So let me continue. So Obina says 1 out of the 10 black women have. Okay, that one is another thing. So another one, number 4. Oh, it's like I made mistake, but have forgotten Russian missionaries during. Okay, it's like the brother says that have I forgotten that Russian missionaries that participated in Nigerian Biafran war? You made a mistake. You call it Russian missionaries. During the time of Nigerian Biafran war, there is nothing like Russia. They only have Soviet Union, as I said in my previous video. The people that participated in Biafran war was Soviet missionaries, including Ukraine and other parts of Soviet Union. They participated in that Nigerian Biafran war. And not only the Soviet, also the North Africa and some African countries helped Nigeria to subdue the Biafra during that war. So number 5, does American invasion of other countries justify Russian moves? Two wrong doesn't make right. Actually, Russia did not invade Ukraine. Russia says they are going to denazify Ukraine and demilitarize Ukraine because of what is happening in their eastern part of the country. Because there is no way Russia will push Ukraine out of Lugansk and Donetsk and stop there without shelling coming back to them. Ukraine will be shelling them. So for them to succeed in bringing peace to that part of the world, Russia must do what they call special operation that they are carrying out in Ukraine to denazify. You don't know what they mean, Nazi. In every Western nation, they have these Nazi agitators. They have Nazi movement, even though in Germany. But the German government placed them under control to make sure that they don't embed themselves into the system of Germany once again. They have the same people in Russia. Nazi that want to succeed or sell their ideology to the world. But the difference between Russia and Ukraine is the Nazi in Germany, in Ukraine, in Russia, the one in Ukraine, due to the help of America, I have videos where NATO special forces are training this Ukrainian Nazi. You may think that I'm selling propaganda. I'm not selling propaganda. But there is a reason why NATO leave Ukraine military and giving special training to the Nazi of Ukraine. And with their pressure, they embedded them into the Ukraine government. Ask yourself, why should they embed these people into Ukraine government? Let me tell you why. This Nazi movement is like the terrorists in Syria. It's the same thing, only that this one is Banderas They are Nazi, and the other ones are Caliphate from Islam. The two of them are terrorists in different forms, being trained by the same people, the American CIA and British MI6 or MI5. They were embedded into the government of Ukraine so that they will be able to control the Ukraine government, in the sense that any politician that want to go against the dream of NATO in Ukraine, those banderas will handle you and treat you on behalf of America, and nothing will happen. Yes, that's why. And they are the ones that are fighting dirty fight against the Russians. The real Ukrainian soldiers don't want to fight the Russians. But these banderas are in battalions, and most of them were exported from Germany, Kosovo, Bosnia, all these areas that hate blacks. They filter them and move them to Ukraine. They receive Ukraine passport, they embedded themselves there, and they are being trained by NATO. For what purpose? They are training them because America has in mind to fight Russia. And they want to use Russians and the East Bloc. You know how America fight. They don't want to die. They don't want to suffer. But they will use your people to fight you. When you are fatigued, when you are tired of fighting, they will now come and finish the remaining thing and claim the world power. They don't go in war front. Are you not seeing what is happening now? The news are telling you that Poland want to give Ukraine jet fighter. They want to bring out their airfield so that the Ukrainians will be flying from there. And Russia made them to understand. And if such thing happen, it then means Poland have joined the war. And they have every right to destroy Poland. They made it clear. Poland said that it's fake news. They don't want to give, and even they put Bulgaria and Romania. All these countries rejected it, that is fake news. They never made any promise to give these people any jet fighter. Former Soviet Union jet fighter, MiG-29, that the Ukrainians knows how to operate. All of a sudden, Britain and America, that's two of them always, start mounting pressure on these countries to hand out this jet fighter to Ukraine. Do you know, Poland have noticed that it is the Americans that caused the problem in Ukraine, and they are not standing behind Ukraine to fight that war they caused in Ukraine. So pushing Poland to go and destroy itself, that if they try it, Russia will strike. That one is 100%. Russia is not afraid of NATO, because if war breaks out, 2 people must die. And this one, nobody will win. You get me? Fighting a nuclear nation, you must be joking. Because if he shoots his last bullet, the next one he will shoot at you is that their nuclear bomb. Take it or you leave it. Now, Poland advised America, we are going to fly the fighter jets to American base in Germany, so that American pilots will take that fighter jet and deliver it to Ukraine. America said no, it's a lie. They will not do it. It's not in their agenda. The Polish people are smart. Ukrainian people are, I won't use any silly word, but Ukrainian people should wake up and reduce the destruction of their infrastructure. Because these people will never come to repair your infrastructure. Rather, they will give you loan to make more money out of your wallet. Why won't you give Russia what they want now? Let peace reign. Because NATO and America will never come for your rescue. That is the fact. They want to push Poland now into fire. And Poland now turned that thing against them. Let me bring the jet fighter to you. You have pilots that knows how to fly it. Let them fly it into Ukraine and give it to Ukraine. And America said no. When I don't see it. una don't see her. Now who they use who? Now only person we call himself Mumu, we allow these people to use them. Poland don't want their suffering, the little development they have, to be destroyed. Don't look at the war that is going on in Ukraine. Russia is not fighting war with Ukraine. Russia is using Ukraine to poke the NATO to come in. If any of them jump into this war, you will now see what they call war. You will see what they call military equipment. You will see battle, and you will marvel. You will see that what they are doing, as I said before, they are using their cadets to fight Ukraine. They are real fighters and equipment packed around, waiting for the main battle. Poland don't want to get involved. The same America that is moving around sending their envoys to your country to advise you on what to do, now refusing to fly the jet themselves. So let us not stick this place. The other person said, let me read what he said. He said, one out of, okay, the other one said, it looks like your point has its strong days. Still, I believe war is never the right solution. They could search for more careful, for better solution. Anton, sorry that I mentioned it wrongly. Anton, do you recall that a lot of Western leaders traveled to Russia before this war breaks out? Ask yourself, why do they travel to Russia? The last person that went there is our chancellor, the new chancellor of Germany, that stand before the Russians and tell them that war has never come to Europe since end of Second World War. And Putin reminded him of Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia, America and NATO used every weapon in their possession to bomb Yugoslavia to Stone Age. They destroyed the whole infrastructure. Are you seeing such a bomb on Ukraine? Or do Russians have only 3 bombs? Maybe if they throw 2 in Ukraine, they will have only 1. They will not fight another war. No. Russia is not at war with Ukraine. If you want to see war, go and Google war and see war, how war looks like. So, good day, sir. It is true that the Toyota company have decided to return Russia. Secondly, who is the loser more now than America has stopped buying oil from Russia? Let me see the name. Okay. Let me answer that question. America will always rush to sanction Russian oil and gas because what they are buying from these countries is not up to 2% or 3%. The main people that lies on these things are the Europeans. They are the neighbors of Russia. And buying those things from Russia to Europe, both insurance and everything, is very cheap. And the product they are buying is very, very cheap. America may sanction, even though the Americans are buying only 2%. Look at the price of oil or fuel in the United States. We are looking at fuel. In a little time, food will also go up. Because even though you are the one producing your food, you need gasoline to move it from A to B. And if it's expensive more than it is before, everything got to go up. Sanction, the people will be on the suit to sanction whosoever they like. Their food are being given to them free of charge. Their family don't know what it means to go to supermarket and buy something. it is me and you that will pay for all those things. You know? So, the other one said that shame. I don't know who is that. So, let me go to another question. So I thought some of our people are smart. We are against the West, but we are living in their country. Why can't we go to Russia since their crime against humanity is well justified? I think it's somebody green that write this question, like telling me that I'm living in Western country, condemning the West and supporting Russia. Nobody like or love war. And there is something that I hate. I hate occupation. Why must you occupy my territory and impose your will on me? The West that all of us knows, they call it collective West, is under the umbrella of United States. Since after Second World War, you know, during Second World War, America did not involve themselves in Second World War, sorry, at the earlier stage. They allowed the Europeans to destroy themselves, destroy their industrial capabilities, destroy their military industrial complex before they joined. They only joined for their own interests. Don't forget that it's the same America that financed that Second World War. From both sides. They are financing the West. They are financing Hitler. Yes. Why? By that time, before Second World War, go and look the position of America in world stage. They are, I don't know whether it's world number 50 or 100 or something. They are too backward. But they are hungry to rule the planet, to be where they are today. So they said that the best way to fight world powers is to bring two world powers to fight each other. Yes, that is the best way to win any world power. By that time, Great Britain is the one ruling the planet. Yeah, Commonwealth, IMF. Yes, they are the one ruling the planet. And all the whole Western Europe were armed to the teeth. Very wealthy area. America finance and the Europeans were propping up Hitler to channel Hitler towards Russia. This same Russia we are talking of. Towards Soviet Union, let me put it that way. So that Hitler will go and destroy Soviet on their behalf. But that game, you know, war or sanction is sword with two faces. Hitler did not cut one part. Hitler cut right and cut left. It affects all of them. But Hitler lost that war only because Hitler went to Soviet Union. Had he been, Hitler did not attack the Soviet. You know, before Hitler attacked, France and Great Britain were planning to bomb Russian enclave where they were mining oil that they are pushing to Germany by that time. Had it been that these two countries first bombarded that area, Russia could have joined the Hitler and the whole world, or West that we know today will be speaking German, and Russia and Soviet will be speaking their language. So let's continue. The issue of living here and supporting the other side. My country and other West are no longer independent. If you recall, since Nord Stream 2 dream came into existence, it has been a threat to America. America has been working to destroy it. That's how they operate. If America want to destroy something and you said no, they must do something to bring it to order. If you recall, when Russia took Crimea, Europeans were doing, because all of them knows that As far 60 years ago, Crimea is Russian territory. Just 60 years ago. Yes. And they don't want to go after Russia. America pressed them, they refused. And what happened? Plane was shot down to provoke the West to sanction Russia. America always wastes people's lives to achieve their aim where the West is. Yes. They want to kill Nord Stream 2 that is coming from Russia to Germany. German refused. Former Chancellor Angela Merkel stand firm, stand her ground, blocked everything, every move. Now, new government came into power with less experience. What happened? They pushed and poked Russia to start war so that they will kill that Nord Stream 2. Everything that is going on is to destroy Nord Stream 2 and disconnect Europe from Russian oil and gas. That is the game. So, don't see me that I'm supporting whosoever and not. If Russia come to war that will touch German, I will carry gun and fight Russia to defend my territory. I'm telling you the gospel truth. You know, if Russia now, this war breaks out, coming to our territory, I will fight to defend my country, but I will never fight to defend Ukraine. I'm sorry for that. Because Ukraine, if they are independent and capable to run as a country, such thing won't be happening in their country. So the next comment or question said, you wish Russia is losing even with all their military equipment. You wish, or what I understand, because the woman that wrote this comment, I think she's from Russia, or she's from Ukraine or Poland. Maybe this thing was translated something. Because she now came the other side and said that Ukrainians are using Russian equipment to play around. Let me respond to what she tried to say. Russia is running special military operation in Ukraine. They are not fighting war. They are not fighting Ukrainians. As I said before, if you want to see how war operates, go and look at Yemen, Somalia, Syria, Libya, and Iraq. Go and look at these people's, even though Palestinian. You know that Israel bombed Palestine that don't even have military. Bombed them to Stone Age. That is war. Russia is not fighting war. So here, I know about Russia, my friend. Our nation has strong relationship for thousands of years, and I regret for Serbia attack. They use our Bulgarian airport. Still, Russia has to involve in soft imperial whatever. Let me see. Imperial interacted. They have the example from how this is best way for building enlightened empires. US is baby to Russia and also can teach from Russia, and Putin to let be offended by Biden should have wait for him to go. No matter, Anton, I understand what you are saying, and I am happy that you are still listening to what I'm saying. No matter what happened, if Zelensky is a patriotic Ukrainian, he will disobey America today and let their people enjoy their lives. And you see, not only NATO trying to come in or bring Ukraine into their umbrella, they are building military laboratories, 30, only in Ukraine, 30. I think at the beginning they denied. As for yesterday, this woman that shared cookies in Ukraine on Maidan, what is her name? Yeah, she was standing before their Congress and saying that, yeah, they are running this laboratory and they are destroying those laboratories because they don't want the evidence to fall into Russia's hand. Because if Russia has any evidence, they will now call upon international community to sanction United States or press US to open up in their military laboratories they are building all over the planet. What is your plan? What is your plan? Why are you building military laboratories all over the world? Only Ukraine, Russia have found 30 military laboratories building, developing, researching on deadly virus. For what? For what? So that they will develop it, they will develop the antidote, they will spread the disease, and they will make money. Everything is all about making cash. They don't care about you. They don't bloody care about you. This empire, the world may be regretting why the Soviet Empire collapsed, because things is getting out of hand. That's all I have for you. So I respect you so much, but I disagree with on this. You are being biased here. You are happy about what's going on in Ukraine. That's number 8 comment. I am not happy. I am not biased. I am only angry that Ukrainians can't even see nor understand the game. Look at Poland. The same America that was advising Ukraine to do what they are doing that is destroying their country went to Poland to advise Poland to give Ukraine airport so that Ukraine will be using to bomb Russia. They should fly the jet fighter into Ukraine to deliver it. And Ukraine said, no, I will bring the jet fighter to your airport in Germany. You use your own jet pilot to bring it to Ukraine. And America do what? Say no. They don't want to eat the salad they are preparing for you. If it's too healthy, all of us should enjoy it. Isn't it so? I applaud Poland. Polski, bravo, bravo, bravo. You have thinking faculty. So let me continue. Number 9. We don't need Russia to defend us, Biko. That's an Igbo man writing. Africa should protect himself. Me don't trust Russia like I do trust the West. Well, everybody has his own mind. But if you want to be free, any country that want to be free, always put Russia beside them. And without you operating or allowing Russia to stand by you, you know what happened to India. Once upon a time, the West wanted to destroy India because of Pakistan. Today, they are coming back to pressurize the same India they wanted to destroy. If maybe by that time, there will be nothing like India today. There will be several countries from India. Had it been that Soviet Union did not save India. But today they came back, asking the same India they wanted to destroy before to join their wagon against Russia. That's how they operate. They decouple you from your defender. So that tomorrow, if they want to punish you, Russia will not look your face. Russia have named countries that are hostile to them. And those countries, mark my word, West will go after them. And nothing will happen. Now, they tell you, that's how they operate. I have studied their method of operating. You know? So, let's go ahead. US and NATO is the real cause of this conflict. Stop NATO expansion and bring world peace. Finish. Stop the NATO expansion and bring peace back to the planet. But let me tell you, if Russia succeed in stopping Ukraine to join NATO, there you will see the real Python will now wake up to show you his real color. There is nothing defensive in NATO. Nothing. Don't forget that NATO systematically is now defending all the sea lands, crude oil, forcing the world to sell their resources with dollar. Is it not defensive? You will see their real color in short time. They will show you whom they are. So the other one said, laughable that a country like China will give aid to Nigeria. China is rich. And as far as the West are still holding Africa down, not allowing them to develop, choosing your leaders, manipulating your government, allowing their companies in your country to choose their senators. Most of your senators are being sponsored into power by the American companies in your various countries in Africa to tell you you can't see the daylight in terms of development. Maybe a city in China will still grow up and start giving aid to Nigeria, unless if all of us stand up to take back our country, to give our people what they deserve. Without it, nothing will happen. If you don't understand it, forget about it. So let me go to the next comment. This one says, bro, also talk about Biafra. A lot of things is going on in Igbo land. Use your good platform to talk about it as well. Igbo land is a state, is one part of Nigeria. A lot of things is happening in those areas, you know. But he used the word Biafra. There is nothing like Biafra now. Nigeria is still occupying the territory of Biafra because Biafra was a country that ran for 2 good years. They have their currency, they have their flag, they have their seat at UN, they have central bank, they have even money still in World Bank. They have a lot of things that other countries possess. But Nigeria declared war with Britain on them and seized their territory. But the problem going on in those various areas is not Nigeria. Because truth is always bitter. The problem going on in our various areas is our politicians from our areas. State governors with their senators and former governors, they are fighting war. Those people operating in those areas belongs to them. They are causing mayhem. They are using Nigerian muzzle on you due to the loopholes in Nigerian constitution. Because every governor is the, governors are the, I think, something representative of Nigeria or chief security officer of the state. And whenever they demand that the federal should give them military to quench something that want to dethrone their authority, there you will see military in your territory and they will kill you like nothing happened, because that is the order your politicians are giving to them. Your problem is not Abuja. Your problem is not Buhari. Your problem is your local politicians from state to your kindred. So let me read. If not for Russia, Syrian President Assad would have been forgotten. Yes. Russia is far better than US in terms of humanity, although they may not have good foreign policy for immigration. Okay, let me ask you now. The problem that is going on in Ukraine now, refugee affairs is going up and down. Do you know that Britain stand firm that they will never take any Ukrainian into their territory? Has America taken some refugees from Ukraine? They are your lovers, America and Britain. Britain made it open that they don't like what Russia is doing in Ukraine. They don't like what is going there. Blah, 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 blah. They will give sanction, but they don't want Ukrainians in their territory. Why do they don't want them? They are afraid of what they trained in Ukraine to land in their territory. They don't want it. They know that the worst thing is the neo-Nazi Banderas group to escape from that enclave. They kept them to land in their own island and train their own national. You know, they have their own neo-Nazi in Britain. And then they will start causing receivness in UK. They blocked it. So, not 2 years, bro. It has been a country for over 2 years. Okay. So that's the comments and questions that people sent in that I'm just analyzing. And there are other things that I forgot due to I was discussing another thing, but I can't recall it back, but I know that I've forgotten something that I wanted to chip in. Russia is not fighting Ukraine, note it down. Russia is running a special operation that want to wipe out the neo-Nazi that NATO trained around their borders. Yes, you know, and also dismantle all Ukraine military and prevent them from repeating it. Because Ukraine president stand before the Western nation in Munich Security Council and dictate that he will develop a nuclear bomb. Look at Ukraine that every country manipulates. Look at Ukraine that everybody plays around with to have nuclear bomb in their possession. The West will turn them to use it on Russia. I'm telling you the gospel truth. And Russia made it clear that almost 80% Soviet Union scientists are located in Ukraine. The technology is there. The technology to deliver the nuclear bomb is there. The technology to develop it is there. So Russia want to go in, dismantle all those things so that they will not develop a nuclear weapon. And nuclear weapon Ukraine won't be only threat to Russia. It will be threat to both sides. World peace. But as news was flying around that Poland wanted to deliver jet fighter to Ukraine, there I said that Third World War may break out. But as Poland have understand themselves and asked America to deliver that jet fighter by themselves, and America says no, then there will be no Third World War. Brother, thank you for telling them the truth about Biafra. I love you. I love your good work. I love you to my brother. I love you listening to my program. So without wasting most of your time, that's all I have for you. If you have anything to chip in, you may join and air your own view. I mean relevant view, not you understand what I'm going to. So if I have any other thing, I will still read other comments because I couldn't read all of them. I will also pick some words that I would like to treat, and I will come back to treat it. And also, Russia is securing Ukraine with all alacrity. I'm not seeing anything holding them back. They are succeeding in all fronts. America is placing sanctions on everything Russia, and the world are going to pay for it. Instead of putting us in this suffering that they want to place us now, food items is going up, fuel is going to €3 per liter. Why couldn't you give Russia the guarantee that Ukraine will not join NATO? Even now, Ukraine will no longer join NATO. Why don't you write it? Let us have peace. Let us withdraw from all these million sanctions. They are pressurizing all over the world that they should join their wagon to condemn Russia and give sanctions to Russia. I pray that Africans should abstain and refuse to participate, because this cake was baked by the West and they should sit down and enjoy it by themselves. Africa, you need to develop. You need Russian fertilizer to grow your crops. You need Russian weed to feed your people. You need a lot of things from Russia. You need the Russian equipment to fight your terrorists. Don't forget that we have Boko Haram that some West are sponsoring, training, giving support. If you condemn Russia and they refuse to give you weapon, West will not sell any weapon to you. Don't forget, say, they place Nigeria under arm embargo because they are fighting Boko Haram. So you are vast and got wonderful information. You are really doing well, and hope people will understand who is the real enemy. I will not call them enemy, but I call them manipulators. They manipulate the world, the planet for their own interests. Imagine them developing military laboratories in Ukraine, developing dangerous diseases. Today is COVID-19. Tomorrow, who knows what? And as they are joining Ukraine to destroy every evidence in those laboratories, because if Russia gets access to it, and that sickness pop up somewhere, Russia will tell you where those virus was developed and who is the owner. I love you people. I love all of you. Thank you for joining in. Share this video, like my page, and follow for more. Invite your friends. You get me? Invite your friends. I'm seeing that a lot of people are only downloading my videos and share it on their platform. You are not helping my platform. Share it from my platform to yours. Yes. So that people will watch it and also find the source. Thank you very much. Remain blessed and bye-bye for now. Chapeau.